I'm going to start recording so we don't miss any of the behind the scenes.
Okay.
All right, everybody. We are live, and I'm saying goodbye to Liz. Thank you for helping us get the technical pieces going. So we're here with the Thriving Women Healers program. This is a bonus, and a big thank you to you, Molly. I know you're a busy lady. Big thank you to you for being willing to come on here and give some tips to our women in the Thriving Women Healers program about how to get started with Facebook Live. And you were the one who showed me 3 months ago when we met in December how to download on my phone, not just the regular Facebook app, but you showed me how to download the Pages app. And so that you could actually go live on your regular profile or on your business page. You showed me how to go live on my business page from the Pages app. So I'm going to turn this over to you to train whatever you want to say and whatever you want to train into our women. But first, let me introduce you, okay?
Okay.
And you look like you're wearing an opera outfit. I love it.
I wasn't 100%. I just did a master class. I wasn't 100% sure about what this neckline looks like, but it's kind of interesting.
Interesting is good. So Molly is actually, I've had the chance to hear her, is actually a gorgeous opera singer. Can I say that?
Sure, whatever. Yeah, jazz, musical theater, whatever you want.
Oh, you do it a little more evenly than I do. Maybe I could take some lessons. So let me read Molly's bio, and then she's going to jump in with Facebook Live and how to use it to grow your business, because we have here yoga teachers and other healers, and how to use it to grow your yoga business, your yoga studio, your healing practice, whatever you're wanting to grow. So Molly Mahoney is a performance and a business coach. She is going to bring your crowd to their feet so they can share their awesome with the world via social media. She's known for energizing a room and inspiring others to step into an elevated sense of their own awesome. And I know I took a 5-day live Facebook challenge with you. On the first day, you had us name 20 awesome things.
We're going to talk about that.
It's one of the things we also do in the Thriving Women Healers program is name at least 20. And I can even say if you want to go to 100, what are 100 awesome things or accomplishments in your life? She has vast experience touring the world, working professionally as a performer for more than 10 years. She delivers clear steps that allows business owners to step into the spotlight, both in video and in person, so they can increase their visibility and bottom line with clarity, confidence, and joy. In addition to performance skills, she has the magical ability to make the complicated and technical easy and fun. And she can't wait to show you how to take your show on the road, leaving your audience begging for an encore. When she's not celebrating the goodness of her clients, she's playing with her 2 kids. She has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, little boys. That's a lot. And she also likes to sing with her bass playing husband and their jazz ensemble, Her Lucky Stars. So Shakespeare said it best, all the world really is a stage. It's time to take your show on the road. And thank you, Molly, for helping us do that.
Yes, amazing. Thank you. It's so funny to listen to my intro, but I love it. Thank you so much. I am just so honored to be here. I know a little bit about what you are putting out there, and having been able to speak to you about it in person. I know that you all, every one of you, Laura and everyone else who's here, I know that you are making a huge difference in this world. And for me, Facebook Live is really just a vehicle for me to help people to tap into their joy and the things that they really intrinsically do well as a human, and being able to put that out there. So we're going to get a little technical today, but really underneath it, it's not about, being an automated robot or anything. It's about using these tools so that we can reach more people and have more human connections. So thank you.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Hooray. And I do get really excited, so I talk really fast. So Laura, I'm going to trust you to tell me to stop and slow down.
I will every once in a while say, pause, please, and maybe ask a question.
Perfect. And then I'd love it if we want to save some time at the end for questions. Do you think that would be valuable? Or do we have?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And even if it's you come up with some questions, how much time do we actually have today?
We could do up to an hour. Does that work?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. That's great. Awesome. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. What the heck is Facebook Live? So sometimes I get so excited about teaching these superpower tricks that I forget that some people don't even know what it is. So as Laura mentioned, you can go live straight from your phone within the Facebook app, which is just the regular Facebook app. And now, Laura, just last week, they've changed it so everyone should have the ability to go live from their desktop on their personal page. You know, I could even, sometimes like dangerous things pop up when I show my personal page. But if you go on your personal page, I'm going to show you. Let's do it. We'll be brave.
All right.
So I'm going to show you how you can even click a little button, right? Oh, do I have screen sharing abilities? I do. It's so fun. So you can click this little button and go live right from your personal page.
So I'm just going to follow along with you, and everybody who wants to follow along, I'm going to facebook.com. Oops. Now I'm viewing your full screen, which I didn't mean to do.
Oh yeah, because I turned mine on, my screen sharing on.
But it should just still be in the smaller.
Just right on your Facebook timeline. So let me just show you. So you want to type in like a little intriguing short title, like, you know, can you believe it, or whatever. Like, look at this view, wherever. I mean, if you have your desktop outside looking at a view, that could be weird. But type in something that's a little eye-catching, short, and intriguing, because when they get the notification, they'll only be able to see a few words, and you want them to be like, oh yeah, I want to see what that person has to say. And then you click this little button that says live video.
That's the new button.
That's the brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would type something, right? Like, I'm not actually going to do it, but testing. And then you would do next. Whoa, I don't even have a tutorial on this in my course yet because it just came out. You're the first person I'm showing. That's so cool. Maybe it won't work while we're live. But anyway, I think because my camera's being used by Zoom, it might not work here.
Yeah, you can't use your camera for two things. I don't think cameras multitask very well.
They don't.
But at least you showed us where the button is.
Yeah, so it's this little live video button. On your phone, it'll say go live or live video. And so you do the same exact thing. You just pop open, and as if you're going to do a status update, right? So you have this little thing, and you just hit go live. And then you're given another little option to add text, and you can actually see yourself first. Before you go live, you get a little preview. A lot of people don't use that little preview. They just go right away. But I suggest you take a moment, you do some breathing, right? And you can actually check out what you're going to see.
Oh, I want to try that. Let's slow down here because I've never seen that preview. And when I was doing Facebook Live for the summit, I never got a preview. I would love that.
Yeah.
Should I go into and anybody can follow along?
Yeah.
Do you go into our Facebook personal page?
So
our business page?
On your personal page.
Personal profile, okay.
And you can actually hold it vertical, or they've changed it and you can do it horizontal now too.
Right, that's how I did it. Okay, so I've got live, so I'm going to click live. Here I go. And describe your live video. I'm just going to say testing.
Yeah. Do you see how there's still that live video button on the bottom?
I could go live. It doesn't give me a preview spot.
There, so you have to hit the live button twice. Now do you see the preview? Like, do you see yourself? Okay, turn it off, Say, hey,
I did.
Okay, show me your screen, because you'll have a preview. Okay, so now click it. This is perfect for everybody, because I go fast. So click where it says to write a post.
Okay, so instead of clicking live.
Well, let's try it. So click that, because I don't have that button. There's 6 different versions of Facebook out at all times, so which is crazy. They're always beta testing. I know.
So click what's on your mind.
Well, sure. Yeah.
And I'm going to say testing.
Okay.
And then and then it says at the bottom, it says add to your post video.
Yeah, click right there. And now you'll see the option to go live. Click that.
Add video.
Yeah. Now stop. This is actually a preview. You may not realize, but it's facing the other way. But
so turn it around to face. Oh, I want it to face. Yeah. Okay. Now it's facing the screen. There's you.
Perfect. So now at this point, I always clean off the camera. I just use my dress, because half the time it's blurry because we put it up against our face when we're talking on it. We hit it, so it gets a little fuzzy. So clean off your camera.
Green.
Perfect. Yeah.
You like my pink wall back over there?
I do. And like the drape, that's cool. So then you'll hold it and get the angle. Don't hit the go live button yet. Don't hit it.
Okay.
Right, but now you can preview what it's going to look like. It's a little gray, but it'll show you what you're going to see. So you can get the proper spot if you use a tripod. I have a whole gear list I can share with everybody. But if you want to get it in the right spot, an angle up a little bit, down here gives you closed eyes and double chins. So I like to go a little higher than my eyesight. And then
I see here today the lighting in here. There's my window is on that side. And in the winter, it was better for whatever reason. Now that it's spring, it feels really dark on this side. I probably need some kind of light from there.
yeah, or turn it so it goes right to the window. The window's the best. I mean, so you're facing the window, right?
Yeah, that is the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So then,
now that I would hit go live.
yep. And then you'll get that 3, 2, 1, bing. And this is my biggest tip is start right away. Do not wait for anyone, because the most powerful part of this is going to be in the replay. Yeah.
Okay.
There's not going to be anybody watching, and who cares? They will come back and watch the replay later. The biggest part about this is pretending
That there are people.
Yes. And if they come in, awesome. And you can interact with them, awesome. But sometimes I actually prefer to go live with no one, because then I don't get distracted. I can provide the value that I want to provide depending on what my strategy is. And then I'll repurpose it and it can be watched by thousands and millions later.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then another cool thing about Facebook Live, if people aren't super familiar with it, is that you can comment in real time while you're watching the video. If it's a pre-recorded video, you can't comment in real time. When you start to comment, the video stops. Does that make sense?
Oh, so if you're watching somebody else's video, you can comment if it's live, but if you comment if it's pre-recorded, the video will stop.
The video stops and like a little comment box pops up.
Uh-huh.
But with this, when it's live, it feels, for the audience member and for the person who's creating it, it feels like you're having a conversation.
Okay,
Even
great.
if you're watching the replay.
Okay, great.
So, and then even if they're watching the replay, you can come back and respond to them later.
So can I back up and ask a meta question?
Sure, I love meta questions.
So if you're saying that the primary value is in the replay, what then would be, why are we even doing Facebook Live?
Okay, so that's like a gimmicky thing for me to say. I have several different strategies. The primary value is in the replay when you want to grow your reach. Like in terms of list building, that's where the value lies. In terms of making connections with a real human being, the ability to be able to jump on and have that conversation and connect with people live. There is one thing that's better than Facebook Live. Have I told you this?
I don't know. No, you haven't.
Okay, and this is like the perfect question to lead into this tip. Actually speaking to a real human being in real life is better than Facebook Live.
Right.
But if you were to do a recorded, like there's all kinds of stats about videos that if people who watch a video of a product or service are 144% more likely to make a purchase.
So that's more than twice as likely, like 1.5 times as likely.
Yes. Or 1.5, yeah, 144%, that's 1.5 times. Yeah.
If it's 100% more,
Right, it's 2.5 times.
It's more than twice as likely.
Yes, totally. I never say it that way. Good. I'm going to add that. That's awesome. That study was done by Internet Retailer. They have some great studies they've done. But if you're doing a video, a regular video where someone can see you authentically, right? Awesome. But you can always have the ability to edit that, which is great and also not great because you can spice it up however you want. But when it's live, there's always the option that someone could jump in and have that conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Through commenting.
Mm-hmm.
They can't come on live like we do here.
They can come on live like we do here. It's new.
That's new.
Yeah, it happened last week. And right now it's only available for just a few unicorn iPhone users. My husband randomly has it on his phone. So on Sunday, I was like a crazy person and I stole his phone like 100 times. My phone doesn't have it, but there is an ability to go live and bring other people in while you're live.
Okay. What's that called?
It's just on regular Facebook Live. You have to do it from your phone. Your phone has to be horizontal, and you're given the ability to invite anyone who's viewing your video. And so what's really cool about it, which is different than, I have a couple of other tools that I love for dual broadcasting. Like there's another one called BeLive.tv, which I'll write in here, where you can bring guests on and go live on Facebook. But this new phone version through the Facebook app, it tells your whole audience that you're live with this person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. Like the expansiveness and the connections you're able to make with more people is unlike anything that's ever existed.
That's the BeLive.tv.
No, BeLive.tv, you can bring people on. There are ways to do that too. But the new way through Facebook, which many people don't have yet, is the one that sends notifications out automatically. It's crazy.
So I really, I used the Facebook Live for the Telesummit in order to connect daily with our listeners. And it was nice for me to have a time when I wasn't interviewing people, but I was just speaking.
Yeah.
Tell me the things you're wanting to cover today so that our guests know what we're going to be covering.
Okay, so I want to share with you, I'm looking at my little notes because I like to make sure I don't get too excited because I could go down rabbit holes. I'm going to share 5 ways to boost your engagement. Even if people don't show up live, but you can also use these tips when people are live. I'm going to help you to know what type of content you should be providing. I say that many people decide to use Facebook Live to be a salesy weirdo, and we don't want to be a salesy weirdo. So I help you I have 3 ways that are non-salesy where you're connecting and converting. And then the last thing that I want to share with you is how to take your live videos and turn them into your brand ambassador.
Okay, great. That's great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Should we jump into that?
I love it. We want to start with the 5 ways to, you want to, which one do you want to start with?
Yeah, 5 ways to boost your engagement is
Okay.
like awesome. So first, like Laura mentioned, you want to get really clear about the things that make you an amazing human being. So this can be really hard for people because we're so tied into our business, especially in the service-based industry. But you really want to separate yourself from your business and look at who you are intrinsically. Like, even if your business disappeared tomorrow, what is it that makes you awesome? And I always say that everyone has something that makes them uniquely awesome, even if it's just that you make an amazing quesadilla. So I call this the quesadilla of awesome. We use this term all the time. It's like a hashtag that my community uses. If somebody says something that's like funny, oh, that's part of your quesadilla of awesome. It's like a normal term in our community. And a little bonus about this, if you have a hard time with this, a really great thing to cover, to make sure you're covering your bases, is this acronym, which it's spelled wrong, but it's the word SAVE with 2 A's. SAVE. Your skill set, your appearance. So if you don't find things that you love about your appearance, your confidence level is going to go wacko and you're going to shut down. So you have to find things you love about your appearance. Your activities that you love. So like hiking, knitting, crocheting, yogaing, right? The activities that you love. Your values are really important. So connecting to those, for me, it's joy and kindness and working your booty off. And then also the things that you love to eat. So I post about Brussels sprouts like once a month and people freak out. Like either people love Brussels sprouts or they hate them. I love them. But when we talk about our food that we like, it's an easy way to start a conversation. Okay, so you get really clear about that. The next thing is you get super clear about who you're speaking to.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I know there's a lot out there about creating an ideal client avatar.
Mm-hmm.
There's like programs and people do amazing work in this space. However, I have a slightly different approach to it, which is don't create an ideal client avatar. Pick a real person. It's so much easier. And this is what I used to do with my performance coaching students as well. When they were singing, they had to sing to one real person.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I always had them pick a real person who disagreed with them so that they had something active to work toward.
Mm.
So I wouldn't necessarily pick someone who disagrees with you, but someone who's asking you a question and you're working really hard to explain it to them. So you're going to use different tactics to get the message across. And it makes it super easy when you know who that person is.
And you're talking to them. Yeah, I like to do the same thing. Like imagine somebody when I go on Facebook Live, like that I'm talking to one person.
Yeah, totally. And then don't say like, hey, you guys, starting the video like this is the instant. So if you go, hey, you guys, oh, it's so good. I'm happy to be here with all of you. I'm so excited. Yeah, guys, it's good to see you. Yeah, woo. I'm going to wait for people to come on. Yeah. Because people are busy. So to tap into the problem right away and know you're speaking to that one person,
mm-hmm.
when people watch the video, they're like, oh, you're talking to me. So if instead of being like, hey, everybody, and, you know, and I do it all the time and I'm like, God, don't do that. But instead, if you come on and say, were you at the grocery store this week? Did you notice how everything has been moved around? Sometimes when you go to the grocery store and they move the rows, they're trying to like trick you into buying different things by making you see different things, but you can't find your cereal and it drives you crazy, right? I don't know. That's kind of a weird topic, right? But if you're talking like, but picking something, you know, like if someone is having a hard time drinking water or they're low on energy. And so saying like, how's your energy been lately? I was talking to a client the other day and she was telling me that she's just so tired. And I asked her how much water she was drinking and I realized she was not drinking any water. Right. So, and then talking about how we know it's a problem and then solving the problem.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's the next one. Tips to engagement. You want to commit to consistently solving problems with a Facebook Live video at least 3 times a week. And I know this can be crazy at first. I know. But I have like a really specific method for people who are just starting to use Facebook Live. We go really in depth into it in my course. But combining your live video strategy between your business page, your personal page, and then if you have a group, you can do that too. But really it's getting that combination of your business page and your personal page, because a lot of people won't use their business page because they don't get very great engagement. It's like, yeah, you don't get engagement because you're not doing anything there. But if you start to do that and you use your personal page as a way to connect with your friends and your connections on Facebook and let them know it's happening on your business page, and you keep going, you keep doing it consistently, the engagement will skyrocket.
Okay.
So that's that. And then the extra 20 minutes in between, because you can really just, by using 20 minutes a day, this can be magical. But the extra 20 minutes when you're not going live, you go back and you comment on the video to the other people who have commented and you share it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. So 20 minutes a day, either shooting a video, or it doesn't have to be a 20-minute video. It could be a 5 or 10-minute video, but there's 5 or 10 minutes to get ready, assuming you're already dressed for the day. And then on the other days, going back and commenting or sharing. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another tip is to use my APR method, which is announce, pretend, repurpose. So announce that people are there, or that you're going to be doing this thing, either with an image or with a live video somewhere else, or with an email or with a text message or whatever. Then go live, and if nobody shows up, just pretend that they're there, keep going, and then repurpose that live video. So you can, I'll give you some more repurposing tips actually in a little bit, but there's loads of ways to repurpose it. Make sense?
It sounds great. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had to do that, in the summit. I would say sometimes there was people at the beginning and sometimes there was nobody at the beginning. And then Facebook sends you these little messages that says, keep going. We're getting an audience for you. And you're like, thank you for cheering for me. And then sometimes by the end, then when you end, I'll say, oh, you had this many views. And you're like, oh, that's good. And so you do have to pretend at the beginning because you don't know. And people are not necessarily there. And then sometimes they'll say, good try. Next time, tell your people about it before you start. Or they're like, wow, that was awesome. So it's almost like the phone talking to you, talks to you at the end and tells you how you did.
Totally. And that's actually such a great point too, because Facebook is working so hard to they want to be the leader in live video. They're doing ads on TV. They're doing ads on the sides of buses. I've seen billboards about live video, about Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And they are pushing the reach of the videos. They're pushing it out organically more than anything else.
Yeah.
So
here's a question for you. Yeah. I'm going to ask you a coaching question for me.
Okay.
And then all of the women watching here, plan what coaching questions you would have. Save them or feel free to type them in. Because I'll be able to see them on the chat if you want. So we're going to send out an email next week, and I want to talk about Facebook Live and the Goddess, or Facebook Live and yoga, and how in yoga we don't like to market. We like to be humble and all these kinds of things. And I want to talk about my experience with doing Facebook Live for the summit. And so I'm going to do a video on this, I'm thinking, and send it out with our next newsletter. Would it be better to say, hey, I'm going to be live on Facebook on Wednesday, join me live, and then send it out later in the newsletter? Or do you shoot the video and put it on Facebook and then tell people to go watch it? I mean, which way are you going to get more people actually watching the video?
So there's a couple of little tricks you can do. If you have an assistant, which I know you do, which is awesome, here's like a really super powered way to do it, is to send it out like at the beginning of the week, say, hey, this is the time we're going to go live. I'd love you to join us, whatever. Actually, with BeLive.tv, you can pre-schedule the live, and it creates the video ahead of time, even though you're not actually doing the video. And that way you can get the link for the actual video. And then you could put that link for the video in your email saying, we're live right now. And they'll get sent right to the video. If you don't want to do that scheduling through BeLive, what I did today, I did a masterclass inside a Facebook group. And as soon as it started, I was like, we're here. This is what we're going to do. Give me some whatever. I asked for comments below. And I said, okay, now I'm going to teach you a really super ninja trick. I'm going to copy the URL from this video. I already have a pre-written email ready to go. I'm going to paste the video URL into the email, and I'm going to send it out so everyone knows we're live right now.
While you're live. How do you get that URL? If you're on
I can show you.
I mean, I'm here. It's in my tripod because I put the phone in the tripod. That's a lot of hands.
I know. So that's why the best way to do it would be to have an assistant help you.
Got it. So I'm on Facebook Live, and Wendy or Upasana go in and they grab the URL and they put it in and they send it.
Yeah. If you don't have that capability, the way that I actually have set my computer up, I use a music stand with this, I don't have it up here today, but I use a music stand with this like tripod arm that hooks on. So I could be talking into the phone and typing on my computer at the same time. But that creates like a little, I mean, that's what my assistant couldn't come today for my masterclass because she had an audition. So today I did it myself. And since I was going live on my desktop, I pulled up another window. It creates a little bit of like a lag, but I used it as a teaching moment because I'm teaching about all of it. So I was like, this is something you can do. And the way to get the video URL is to right click on the video.
Got it. And so anybody could do that. Like any of these women watching somebody else's video, they could do that and they could text it to their friends.
Yep, totally. Yeah. Or you can just hit the little share button. There's also another really amazing tool that I use called Live Leap.
We used that during the summit.
Amazing. Yeah. So it shares it wherever you want to share it.
So just so people know, if you do Live Leap, you can share on other people's pages who give you permission. They make you an admin. So we were an admin on many of the presenters' pages, and then we could share our live videos to those pages as well as our own groups.
And what that does, Live Leap, if you can set up different channels. So like mine is set up that every time I go live on my business page, it instantly shares that video to my group, and then instantly shares that video into my personal page. Super cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to keep us on track. So
okay.
Announce, pretend, and repurpose were the activities. Is that the second A of SAVE?
Oh, no. SAVE was activities. Yeah. But the APR method was the announce, pretend, repurpose. Activities was the second A. Yeah.
Okay, so where are we in our outline?
So we're at the fifth step to engagement, which I actually already said this one earlier. But the fifth step is that the extra time that you have when you're not actually live, you spend that time replying to comments, sharing the video, and repurposing your content. So you can download the video, you can turn it into a YouTube video, you can embed your videos on your website. It's like crazy, the possibilities.
And are you going to go into the repurposing more in a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fifth way to increase engagement, so the 5 ways are to just know how awesome you are and draw in that awesomeness in your content, know who you're speaking to and what their problems are.
And like one person, a real exact person.
A real person, somebody that you know and what their problems are. Commit to being consistent. So a schedule of when you're going to be on and when you're going to be sharing.
And solving problems consistently, not just
Solving problems consistently, okay. And then announce, pretend, and repurpose. What is that called? That's
just APR. I don't know. It's like your
APR,
APR.
okay. And
then spend the extra time strategically replying to the comments and sharing.
strategically reply. Okay, cool. I think that's all great. So how do we know what type of content?
Yeah. Okay. So
converting.
In my program, I have 15 different types of content that we use strategically, which is kind of crazy, but exciting that there's all these different ways. So I've pulled 3 of those ways that are not going to mess with your energy because you're not going to feel like a salesy weirdo. You're not going to be giving away all of your content for free, because that's something too, right? It's like, how do you decide what you're going to share that's valuable and then still have something left for everybody else who wants to purchase your stuff, right? So here are the 3 non-salesy video styles that convert. The first one is non-product based solutions. So that goes back to connecting to who you are, knowing that you have intrinsic value. And then, like the water is such a good example, just ways that you can help to either get people to a place that creates a gap so that they need your product and service to get to the next step. I love that way. But really, it's about providing value that you don't provide in your course or your program or with your one-on-one coaching, so that they feel what it's like to work with you because they're having that conversation, right? Another way is to take your audience on an adventure.
Ooh, I love adventures.
Yeah. And if you're doing like some sort of yoga retreat where, I mean, I went on a meditation retreat in Colorado where we did, oh my gosh, what was it called? I can't remember the type of meditation we did. Oh, that's going to bug me. It's where you wear different colored glasses. Have you heard of this? It's part of the Shambhala tradition. Super cool. So you wear different lenses and you hold a specific pose and you stay in that pose for 45 minutes with the different colored glasses on. It's really neat. And man, I cannot remember what it's called. But then after you do that, you walk outside without the glasses on and you do aimless wandering and you take in the world in a totally different way. Wow. Super powerful, which would probably be difficult to do in a Facebook Live video, right? But I just came up with this idea. What if because I have a client actually who meditates with her audience on Facebook Live. She does a morning meditation where all she does is meditates. She sits with her audience and they can turn it on and sit with her, like a way of holding accountability. Mm-hmm. What if you did something where there's filters on Facebook? So what if you used a filter? And then you actually took them outside wherever you were and like took them out into the woods with you. Mm-hmm. There's so many possibilities. I have another client who she's setting up a new course that she usually does in person, where she does a little training and then they go on a hike, and she's going to have people do it remotely. So she's going to find hiking areas for them to go on their own. They'll do the training live video, then they go on their own without video, then they come back and share their experiences.
Let me ask you a question, 2 questions. Going into the woods, you need to be sure that your woods have cell phone access, right?
I know, yeah.
Okay, so you just go test your phone, take your phone on a hike first and make sure that you have enough bars. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so what my client Kayla is doing is she's doing the live before she does the hike. And then they're going on the hike and coming back and sharing experiences.
I see. Kind of like a homework assignment.
Yeah.
And the second question is, if this is for a paid class, then can you do Facebook Live just out of a group that you've only allowed people into who've paid money?
Yes. So
like
my whole course
program, you can only get in if you've registered.
Yep. My whole course is in a private Facebook group. So I launched my course with just a spreadsheet. I didn't have anything recorded. I sold loads in the first round, and then I taught it live in the group.
And then you store your videos on that group. You don't have to have another product delivery page.
Totally. The only thing about that though, so everything is I've created this way of like organizing them within the group. So it's the way that I did it is actually one of the bonuses that I offer with my program. So it's a way of creating albums within the group so that they can find the content easily. But I also, because Facebook, who knows, it could disappear. I have a really funny picture, actually. I'm going to show you. What if Facebook was to disappear, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, my screen. This is part of my masterclass that I teach in my little watch. Wait. this is like the zombie apocalypse of people after Facebook is gone, right?
That's
like,
funny.
We'd all like I mean, everybody's so addicted to their cell phones, it's crazy. But there is a chance that it could disappear, right? So you want to make sure that you always save your content off of Facebook. And I'm going to talk about this in a second, but you want to make sure you're not just building a relationship with these people on Facebook, that you're connecting with them in real life, or you're connecting with them in your email inbox, because Facebook is amazing, but we don't own it.
So 2 things. How do you get your content off? And second, how do you get them to come off of Facebook for you?
Yeah. So that is part of my next little tip. Okay. So I know I put my notes out of order. So you can download the videos. It's like a sneaky way. You have to go back through the backside of Facebook. Actually, there's a couple different ways. You can do it straight from your phone where you hit download when it's done on some phones, but otherwise you have to go on your desktop. It's different in a group, on a page, and on your business page. But there's like a sneaky way to go in the backside to download it. So you want to make sure you always do that. And then, how do you get them on your list? Okay, let's make that. I was going to share we're going to skip the brand ambassador part. I'm going to give you this lead generation part because it's, this is like how you actually turn these into turn your audience into qualified leads who you can continue to connect with. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to doing this. So you start right away, talking instantly, connecting with that problem, speaking to that real human. Okay, and are you ready for this one? I need you to raise your right hand. So you solemnly swear.
I swear.
To never say.
That I will never say.
Click the link.
Click the link?
Yes.
Why?
Because this is like the super secret power with using Facebook Live. When you have live viewers or in the replay, you tell them about some sort of, so you tap into the problem and then you say, if you want even more value, I have something really awesome I'd like to share with you. It's a live video content planner. Comment below, give me the planner, and I will get you the planner. Instead of saying, click the link and I'll get you the planner. Because if you say click the link, they leave your video.
Right.
Also, it doesn't do anything for the organic reach. If you want Facebook to know people are listening and commenting, in order to get your stuff, they comment below and say, give me the planner. You know, I always make it fun, like kick my booty, whatever. I do little funny things. So they comment below and say what they want. And then, so Facebook is like, oh, people are commenting on this video. So they start to share it. And then I always add the link anyway into the description up above.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people aren't going to watch your video. But if they see you like, this is me and I'm talking about cool things, they might be intrigued and want to click the link anyway.
Don't you need to say, comment below, give me the planner, and give me your email address?
No. So there's 2 things that I do. So every time I do a live video, afterwards, I set aside that time that I mentioned to go back and connect with every single person and send them the link right there in the comment below it. But I have a secret. And this is actually blowing my mind. I'm doing a whole training on it in my free Facebook group on Monday. There's a new thing, and especially like I know in this space too, like I'm with you in the fact that there's so many technical things that could happen and we could all turn into robots. But this new tool is not very expensive, and it has added like hundreds of people to my list in the past 2 days. So here's what it does. You say comment below, which I always did anyway. You say, okay, if you want access to my masterclass, comment below. There's this tool that you can select your post and you can set it up like an email autoresponder. So when someone comments with a certain keyword, it sends them a message on Facebook with the link to sign up.
So you can program what the message says. It can be personalized and it has the link.
Yep. And then, so in my stuff, because I've been talking a lot about this on my business page, and what I've said is you don't want to do this so that you're like automated everything. The point of this is to make real connections that are like qualified, right? You don't want to be spending all this time to put this information out to anybody. But if you're connecting to that real person and you're saying, I have this solution for you, comment below with this word if you want it.
What's the name of that?
It's called ManyChat.
MANY?
Yep. Here, I'm going to share my screen again and show you how it works.
ManyChat.com, or just it's a ManyChat app?
ManyChat.com. So this is my business page. This is a video that I did about it. You can see I haven't boosted this video.
Mm-hmm.
I have not paid for anything. It's had a reach of 3,000 people and 966 views. I just did this video. Usually I'll boost mine. I didn't boost this one because I wanted to see what would happen. So what happens is everybody comments below with the word, I said, comment below with the word bot me, and I will get you access to my free training on this. So all of these people have commented below. I ended up, people wanted other things, but they commented below with the words bot me. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then you can see, it says see response, and it shows that I have, it automatically responded to her. So
it shows that you automatically responded?
So on my side, do you see how it says see response?
Yeah.
That means, let's find somebody that I know. I mean, I don't think this is.
Like, reply, message, okay.
So it sent him a message right away. Like it sent messages to all of these people, but I make sure that I'm not like they have limitations on it because this could get really invasive. And I do not condone like crazy spamming people, but all it is someone saying, yes, I want more information. They're watching your video. They say, yes, I want more information. And then it sends them a message with that information. And in order to give them an actual link, they have to comment again in your messenger. So it's like making sure that humans are involved.
So they have to respond to what you said and said, yep, I want it. Then it gets them the link.
Yep. So on this, I said, the instant note, I mean, the instant message I said, hey, so-and-so, can you believe this? So many possibilities. If you're interested in using Facebook to bring in a flood of leads, I'd love to give you access to my new masterclass. Reply to this message with the word masterclass and you'll receive the link to secure your spot. He wrote masterclass, and then I had it set up automatically that it says, hey, looks like you're interested in my masterclass. Here's the link. And then they click it. So you can set it up two ways. One is I could just send them the actual masterclass information, or what I did here is I sent them a link to my opt-in and then they opted in.
Got it. Cool.
It's like, it just came out last week, so it's super new, but it's a way that I am like mega supercharging this connection. It's crazy.
Nice. Cool. Cool. I just want to make sure we're staying on track.
Yes, I'm pulling it back up again. Okay, so this was part of the lead generation machine. So before I did that ManyChat thing, every single time I would go back and respond like, thank you for asking for the link. Here it is. Thank you for whatever. Here it is. And so really I'm having a conversation with a singular person, just all at once.
Right.
Yeah. And then those connections have turned into amazing friendships. They've turned into clients. They've turned into, people in my course. It's amazing to me.
Cool.
Yeah. So, okay. And then the other steps are, say comment below, and then, and then add the link in the description above, because some people aren't going to watch your video, but because of this organic reach, they're more likely to see it in their news feed.
Mm-hmm.
So having that link there is just another way for them to get access.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn the video into a Facebook ad. So there's really specific ways to use live video as an ad so that you can build an audience. Do you know about that? I don't know if
we've used custom audiences in Divine Feminine Yoga. Yeah.
So there's a new way now with custom audiences that you can identify how many people have watched your video for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send basically like a follow-up message to someone who watched 75% of your video. It's crazy. I even did it once from an event. So I was at an event in person. I met a bunch of people who all said they wanted my video content planner, which we have that for you guys today too. If you didn't get it yet, I have this video content planner, which will help you plan all of your content. we'd love to share that with you too. So, and maybe Laura, you can share that link.
I already have, but I'm going to share it again.
Okay.
I'm putting it into the comments here. If all of you go into the chat, it says everyone is not in session. That is so weird. I put it in there before. Now it's not letting me. Everyone is, all panelists, it's the preparedperformer.com, Laura. It's so funny. It let me do it before you all came on. www.thepreparedperformer.com/Laura.
From my side, thepreparedperformer.com/Laura. Comment below if you want it. I'm just kidding. So this tool is like, people have been raving about it. It has a full checklist of what to do before you're live, while you're live, what to do after you're live. And then it also helps you to plan your content. So when so I offered this at this event that I was doing. I had 80 people the first day who had said, I'd like this planner. So I had my assistant, while I was at the event talking to people, I had her upload all of the, type out all the email addresses into a spreadsheet. Then we uploaded the list of their names. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I'm having like major allergy attack today. Maybe it's not going to happen.
Push the nose. Push your nose like this. Makes you look really pretty.
Okay, I think I'm okay. So we uploaded the list of the email addresses to Facebook and created a custom audience of people that I had met in person. Mm-hmm. And then I went outside and I did a live video that was like, hey, I snuck outside, I'm at Blast Off. This would be an example of one where I would prefer no one came on live. I did it really quickly. I said, I'm at Blast Off. It's so amazing. The speakers are fantastic. My only regret is that I didn't get more time to connect with you. So I just want to say, if you have had a great time here and you would like to connect more, comment below and I will reach out to you. Just comment below and let me know you want to connect. Then I ended the video. I removed it from my timeline. So it was still there. It just wasn't on my business page timeline. And I created an ad and I sent it only to the people who had opted in for my video planner, who were at Blast Off.
That's nice. I like that a lot.
It was amazing. And even while I was at the event, you know, because everybody goes, like, checks their phone in between things. We were at dinner and there was a man that I had spoken to a bunch at the event, and he looked at it. He was sitting across the restaurant and I waved. He was sitting by himself. He waved, he looked back down, and then he went, because my video was in his timeline. And he was like, you're here. And I was like, I know. So I ran over. So it provides like a cool way to talk about things in person too. Super fun.
You're full of all these edgy tricks.
It's crazy. And I know, so I know this can be, it can be overwhelming because there's so many tips. So
what I always say when there's too many or a lot of things is pick the one thing that you want to do next.
Yeah.
It's like the one next step for you. You don't have to do all of it. What is going to be the next thing for you? If you've never done Facebook Live before, how could you get started with Facebook Live?
Right. So that is the last thing that I wanted to leave you with, really, which is the most important thing that you can do is pick that ideal client, connect with your own inner awesome, and start providing value. So even if you only did it once a week, you want to make sure you commit at the same time, not only so your audience expects it, but so that you know you've committed to doing it and you're showing up for yourself, right? Mm-hmm. And just get on there and provide value. It's still so new and so many people are not doing it. Yeah. Just by providing value, it elevates your engagement, it elevates your visibility, it elevates your credibility. And you don't need any of the fancy stuff I mentioned today. Right. It's super cool.
And I would say, you're saying let's do it 3 times a week. That's one option. But, for beginners, you might say, I'm going to do it 1 time a month, which is what you might say when you're starting a newsletter. Pick your 1 time a month and then have different topics each time or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could do it just once a month. Like, it's the first Monday of the month, so I'm doing this. But think about how much happens in a month. You want to be, I think, if you can do it once a week.
Yeah.
And I know it's scary. And I mean, I have one person in my course who is a really successful doctor, and she has a whole book about diabetes. And she said that she stood there, she had everything set up. Like, I helped her get her set. I helped her with her set, thing. She knew what she was going to talk about. Everything is set up. And she spent 40 minutes staring at the phone without hitting that button.
It can be scary.
Yeah.
That's why the first one that I did, you were in it with me.
Which is fun.
And that's something you can do, you know, for those of you who are like, how am I going to get started? Get a friend. You might be at an event. Get a friend, stand next to them. If you're coming to the Sacred Businesswoman event, you know, get someone there. You can even do it with me. I will go out on a break with you or at the end and be on your Facebook Live if you're like, okay, Laura, help me get started.
And admit that you're freaked out a little bit. Like, people, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. People love when you share your vulnerability and when you're real.
Yeah. So I do want to leave some time. If anyone has questions, you know, there's a couple ways you could raise your hand, and I should be able to see. Let me go here. Should be able to see raised hands, or you could type in a question. And I'm just going to wait for a minute, but I believe I can also do polling. That would be interesting. It says add a question. Oh, it's taking me off of Zoom. Interesting. No, I don't think I'm going to go there. We're not doing that. I would like to know how many of you have ever used Facebook Live. So if you would go to the chat, look on the bottom of your screen where it says chat, and type in chat, and then you have a choice. At the bottom it says to. You can pick to everyone, or to all panelists, or to Molly, or to one of the guests. All right, if you could be willing to do, let's see, Yael typed in to all panelists. That means just me and Molly can see it. So Yael said, I have. Evie said, I have 2 to 3 times.
Hey.
So 2 of you. Evie, I'll try again. Oh, great. Now this time you did it to everyone. Thank you, Evie. So for those of you who haven't, I'd love to hear, like, when are you thinking the first time? When are you planning to do it? And on what topic? So MG, I have not yet tried. So MG, when are you thinking you might like to do it? And how are you thinking this, you know, what tip did you get from today that you're like, okay, I'm going to apply that tip? Evie, when you did it, what did you like about it? What worked for you? And where did it feel tough, or where did you feel like you got stuck? And Yael, same thing, since it seems like Yael and Evie are the 2 on here. So Yael says, so create simple content for my niche and do 1 to 3 minutes. I think Yael is wanting to know, is that the best thing to do, to create?
Yeah, so that's awesome. I think Yael, I think you're in Elevate. I think this is the same Yael who I maybe have connected with a little bit online already. If it is you, hi, hooray. If not, nice to meet you. But I would say 1 minute is really short. I would try and do a little bit longer than that, just so that even if they're watching the replay, they're able to have the time to respond. So, but 3 minutes is awesome. Like 3 to 5 minutes is like a money spot for one of those, I call them value-based videos. So the value video, just like blink, a little bit, is really awesome. And then you don't only want to do those 3 to 5 minute ones, because the longer that you stay on, the more likely people are able to join. So on your personal page, I suggest going a little longer.
Oh, you suggest doing shorter on the business page and longer on the personal? Why is that?
Because the repurposing where you're going to do Facebook ads and all of that is more likely to happen on your business page. And that's when you're first getting started, right? So if you go to my business page, you will see that most of my videos are over 30 minutes long. But when I first started and nobody was there, I would try to keep it as short as possible. So I was just boosting, like bringing mega value, act like tip, 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 get my thing, tip, get my thing, let's connect. And then now I'm having more conversations on my business page because the engagement has grown. But
so is there a difference in cost between boosting a short video or boosting a long video?
No, but people aren't likely to stay on for a long video unless it's super valuable. So and people are we're all so busy, right? So like when I do a full-blown masterclass, I stay on for an hour. But if you're going to create an hour video or a longer video once a week that's value-based, that's going to be exhausting.
So that's why you're saying 3 times a week, because they're short.
Well, on your business page, it's short. And then on your personal page, the way that I suggested, it's like you have a conversation on your personal page. So you don't bring content. You're just like, dude, I'm doing this water challenge on my business page. I'm going to give you 3 ways to have more water. But right now, I just want to know, are you drinking water? Like, let's talk about this. you know, make it more casual. It's like you hang on, you talk to people, you know, people aren't going to be as likely to watch the whole thing in the replay. My sneeze is finally happening.
Okay. So I'm just going to read some more of the content, the comments. MG said,
oh my gosh. Woo.
MG said, I will go outside and talk about being in nature, a dynamic meditation. That sounds great, MG. Just make sure you have cell phone reception where you're going. Yael asked, is there an ideal time? I think we handled that. Evie, I really liked the first time. I did 20-ish minutes, I think. I did a drawing for my program, and people wrote in great reasons they wanted to be involved, which was awesome. And then they made one paid sale from it, $500. So one person signed up. That's really good. Awesome, Evie. And gave one away for a woman who really needed the support. Oh, I love that. So you did a drawing while you were on the air. I love that.
Super cool. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, there's so many ways you can be creative with it and, you know, come up with different. That's another reason that it's good to encourage people to be live, is if you're doing something that only happens while you're live.
Maybe, Evie, I think I just got an idea from you. Maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe I'll do a drawing on our Divine Feminine Yoga business page on Facebook Live. Do you have any tips for drawings, Molly, that could enhance EB doing this or DFY doing this?
Yeah, so I've done that before in my program where I did a drawing for people who wanted the course, and I had them write why they thought they needed it or deserved it, which was amazing because I got such fantastic feedback about the value of my program. I like that. And then the other thing is you want to make sure that you give a disclaimer that Facebook is not condoning the drawing. There's some sort of disclaimer you need to give about that. What other tips about?
Well, you're not allowed, I know in some states you're not allowed to call it a raffle. Is that what you mean? Because that would be gambling.
Yeah, there's a couple of weird little rules about that. So make sure you check that out. Okay, Yael says, can you offer 5-minute discovery sessions live so people can get a sense of what you are and what you do? You know what? I'm going to show you. Maybe I can find it. I did this on my business page, and it was the worst thing I've ever done because I had so many people share the video and opt in for it that my calendar was booked for the entire month. 5-minute discovery sessions are a good idea. I did longer ones, which was crazy. And I ended up being stuck delivering. It was awesome, but I had to change it and say that it was like an application because I had so many people want it. But
well, Molly, what we have done is, if you think you're going to get too many, is have an application, say, answer these 3 questions.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'd love to see, Molly, where did you do that? And then we have where did you do that? I'd love to see that.
The one that I was just talking about?
The discovery session after you got too many applications and it was horrible.
I'll share it. And actually in that one, I did not put the link above at first. I put it, because I didn't want it to seem because I wanted people to really watch the video.
Is that on Facebook, on your business page or your personal page?
It's on my business page. And that's another thing you want to Facebook doesn't want you to do business on your personal page. So be careful about that. But
okay, so what's your business Facebook?
It's facebook.com/thepreparedperformer. I'm going to find that video for you right now. And this video, the crazy thing is after this video was done, there were a couple of things I wish I had done a little differently. But it worked so well that I left it.
Now you've got a long page here. So how far ago was that one?
It was far. So I'm going to actually find the real link because it was I do videos all the time, So hold on. Okay. Yeah. So it was, I can just, hold on.
You are.
Okay. While you're finding that,
Yeah,
I'm going to read, Julie Hodges. Okay. Oops.
Oh, sorry. That means I took over your whole screen. Sorry.
That's okay. You did.
So this is it. I can share the link. Watch, if I right click, the video URL pops up and then I can share the link right there. But it was want live videos that get results. And then I talk about 2 problems that stop people from getting results in their live videos. And then I offer this, this kickstart is what I called it. So, and then people, look, loads of people, 31 shares and all these comments, 137 comments.
That's a lot.
What? And I will, I mean, I did a show. Where was that video? Let me find
Did
it.
you put the link in here?
I will right now. I did it in February. It was 2 months ago. So we're April. It was in February. I started going live 3 times a week with my strategic plan in June. So it's something that you can get instant engagement from. To get 37 comments like that, it takes a little bit of time, but it's the validating the ideas, the feedback that you get from your audience is amazing.
Great. So I want to let everybody know that we are going to do a Q&A with you. I think it's next week. Yeah. Okay, I just clicked on the link. Let me look in my laptop and see, and then we'll take all the questions we have so far, and then I think we're going to need to call it a day.
Yes.
Do you know when our Q&A is, Molly?
I do. I'm looking at my calendar. Laura's group. The 12th.
Okay, at
next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific.
10 a.m. Pacific. So you can come on there with your questions or post them on our Thriving Women Healers group. But let me just see the questions we have so far up to this, and then we're like, we got to let you go. So we do have, okay, so that was Yael's question. We just answered Yael's question. The answer is yes, but be careful if you're going to get more than you can handle that you would need to make in an application with, say, even just 3 questions that they would need to answer. You can decide. Okay, so Evie has a question. How do you upload emails to Facebook?
That's creating a custom audience. So it's within the ads manager. In my program, I have a whole separate tutorial on Facebook ads because that's like a whole beast of a crazy thing. But you create a custom audience and then you can upload your list.
And Liz Reed has done that for us, EB. So you can also ask her.
Mm.
It's uploading the Excel file, right?
Yeah, it's like the CSV or what.
Comma separated values, yeah. Okay, so Julie, joined late, may have missed this. My personal page is private. Should I open a separate public personal page? Julie, you're not opening a public personal page. It's a public page. It's a business page.
Well, she said in addition to my business page.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Everybody has very different personal reasons to like with their own stuff about what they put out in public and what they don't. I happen to be super open. Everything is, I figure if someone's going to hack me or find me, whatever, they're going to do it however they want. So I put out more than a lot of people do publicly. However, I have a lot of clients who keep their page set to private and then only turn the specific videos to public. And the reason to do that is so if someone shares it, it can go anywhere, right? I don't think you would need a whole nother personal, that's gonna like drive you crazy. A whole nother page that's public. You can set each individual post, you can change it.
So with each post, you can make it that anyone can see it or only people who like your page or?
Oh no, this is on your personal page.
On your personal page.
Yeah.
So you can make your personal page private that the only people who get to see it are your friends.
Yep, and then each individual post, you can change the setting on each post.
Got it. Okay, so let me just make sure that I understand Julie's question that we've answered. My personal page is private. Should I open a separate public personal page in addition to my business page? So you're kind of saying not necessarily. She can just adjust the settings on each post.
Yeah, I would not open a whole new page.
Okay, great.
And then Elizabeth asks, how do we go to the back end and download videos? Elizabeth, I can't give you everything for free. So as a part of this bonus. So it's a little more complicated. You have to, and it's different in every single thing. So on your business page, it's super easy. You just hit edit post. On your personal page, you have to like click through different places. It's different in a group and different on your personal page until you get to a place where you see a little pencil. You see the little pencil? If you click that little pencil, then you get this whole new world of Facebook. But it's totally different in a group. It's different in a business personal page, so it's a little more complicated. But if if you find that little if you scroll over the top of the image, sometimes you'll see a little pencil.
Got it.
That makes sense? Yeah.
UB says that's cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. So we will be back here next week for our 3rd training for the Thriving Women Healers program. We will be back here, and we will be back here next week live with Molly for we can do that on the phone or on Facebook.
I know you had said you wanted to do a teleset or whatever, the phone one. I'm totally good with anything. I just love to be able, since we're talking about video, I like to be able to screen share and show things with you. So whatever is most comfortable for you. But
we can set it up and do it the same way where people can come on here for the Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Actually, and you know what? I'm gonna say something else that's like sneaky and awesome. So if you with the back end, with the videos and all that, I have a secret trick, which I'm not going to give you today. I'm going to give it to you on the Q&A. So you have to come back for the Q&A. But there's a secret way to ensure that you get a perfect thumbnail in your video. I made it up. I don't know anybody else who teaches about it. So make sure, Laura, remind me. I'll show you guys. It's like super cool.
I know that's one of my pet peeves when the thumbnail is like.
Yeah, it gets stuck and it's not very attention grabbing.
Great. Okay, I made a note. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for sneaky tricks, Ari's thumbnail. Yes, Evie. All right, Molly, I'm going to hit end of record.
Awesome.
Stop recording. I think that's the stop. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've loved connecting with you guys here today. So thank you. And Laura, you're just so awesome. So go out, share your goodness, make the world a better place.
Share your goodness. Share your awesome. All right, ladies. Bye.